Welcome to another tutorial from DrawingNow.com. Today, we're going to be learning how to draw Luna Mothews from Monster High. For this tutorial, you will need paper, a pencil, eraser, a marker, and some crayons. You can also print out the coloring page and all the step-by-step images on the website. We'll start by using our pencils for the outline. Let's begin. We're going to start here by drawing Luna's head and chest, so go ahead and draw an oval shape for Luna's head, and just make sure that when you draw the oval, you make the bottom of it a little pointed, just for her chin. And then go ahead and draw the shape for her chest, and make sure when you draw this shape that you leave a little bit of space between the head and the chest here, so that you leave room for the neck. And also make sure that the bottom of this shape here is smaller than the top. And now for Luna's neck and body, you're going to start the midsection here at the bottom left corner of her chest, and make sure that when you're drawing this shape here, that the bottom here is bigger than the top here. Alright, and then for her skirt, going to start here, just draw your line, and then go ahead, once you draw that curved line there to the bottom, go ahead and start this line here, and make sure that this line goes out diagonally to the left like it is here, and make sure that it's about as long as the chest shape here. So if you just measure with your fingers from the top to the bottom here, that's about how long this line here should be before you start drawing back down. Alright, and then go ahead and draw her neck, and make sure that her neck is a little bit to the right of the chin here. So you see how the point for the chin is here, and that's about the middle of the chest here, so make sure it's a little bit to the right of that. And now for her right arm, we're going to draw a circle here at the top right corner of the chest, and then go ahead and draw a rectangle shape attached to that there. And this rectangle here is going to be about as long as the chest from the left side here to the right side here. So if you just measure, that's about how long you should make this rectangle here. And then go ahead and connect another rectangle type shape, but this one's going to have a pointed end here, as you can see. And this shape here, it's going to be as long as the chest is tall here. So from the top to the bottom, that's about how long this shape here should be. And then go ahead and draw this line here for her hand. And now for her left arm, you're going to start a long rectangle shape just like that at the midsection here, just below the chest on the left side. And this rectangle is going to be about as long as this section of her right arm was. So they're going to be about the same length. And now just go ahead and draw this small triangle shape for her palm. And then go ahead and draw these shapes here for her fingers. They are going to be pointy like this. We're going to go in with more detail once we go in with our markers, so don't worry if it's not exact, but just do your best. Alright, and then lastly for her left arm, go ahead and draw a little curved line here at the top of her chest. Alright, and now we're going to start on Luna's moth headpiece that she has in her hair. And so go ahead and draw a small circle here at the top of her head with a little V shape here at the bottom. And then go ahead and draw the moth wings here, one on the right and one on the left. And these wings here, if you just measure from the tip here to here, they're going to be about as big as the chest here from the top to the bottom. So just to keep your perspectives in order, that's about how big it's going to be. Alright, now start your line at the top of her head here, right above this little circle. You're just going to draw a little curly line and then a line connecting to that down to the bottom, and then do the same thing here on the right side. So these are going to be symmetrical here. And now moving on to Luna's hair, start your line here at the wing, at the left wing here, and you're going to draw a curved V shape. And all of Luna's hair, most of it's going to be curved V shape here around her face. So one big V shape here on the left side, and then 1, 2, 3, and 3 here on the right side of her face, and then one big curved V here going down all the way to her chest here, and then one big curved V here on the left side, again coming down all the way to her chest. And now moving on to Luna's wings, you're going to start the line here at this big piece of hair just across from her kind of cheek area here. You're going to go up and out with your line, and just to keep straight how far you're supposed to take your line out before you curve back down towards her body, it should be about the same length between the top of her head here and the bottom of the chest here. So just go ahead and measure really quickly from the top of the head to the bottom of the chest, and that's about how far out you should go with this line here before curving back down. And then come down with your line about across from the shoulder here, and then come back in, and then start your next line right below that and curve down with the line to the hand here, and then start the line, the other line here for her wing right across from this one on the chest here, and go all the way down. And then for the left side, this line is going to start right across from these two lines here and go curve down this way. And then for the top section of the wing, it's going to be the same thing, curving up and then over. And the size of the left wing here is very similar to the size of the right wing here. And for her hair here, you're going to draw kind of an upside down V shape here, starting from the antenna here of the little moth and ending at her wing. And then same thing on the right side, starting at the wing here and going down to her wing. And then just go ahead and draw 1, 2, 3, 4 straight lines right next to this one. And then down here in between the two sections of the wing, go ahead and draw a V shape for the hair and then a smaller V shape here. And then go ahead and connect this line to the section of hair we drew earlier. So just connect this little line here down to the top of the chest, and then go ahead and draw a line directly across the chest, and this is separating between Luna's skin and her clothes here. So this is the top of her dress. Now we're going to start on Luna's face and her eyes, and so go ahead and draw kind of a half circle here for her eye, and then 2 half circles inside it, and then a curved line directly above that for her eyebrow. And it's going to be a similar thing for the left eye, so half circle with 2 half circles inside and a curved line on top for the eyebrow, and then a square shape here for the nose, and then for the mouth here just a curved line, and then 1 and 2 half circles. And then for the her top lip here, go ahead and draw an M. And now we're going to go ahead and draw in some wing details on her wings here. So half oval, and then a half circle here in the middle of the wing with a little curve here, kind of like a big 3. And then go ahead and draw lines going from the half oval here to the outer part of the wing, and connecting from the half oval here to the outer part of the wing, there are going to be 7 lines. And then you're going to draw 2 lines from her arm here to the outer wing, to the outer part of the wing there. And then the left wing is going to be very similar. So half circle, and then 7 lines going from the inner part of the wing to the outer part. And then 2 lines kind of in a V shape here. So that's it for our pencil outlines of Luna. And we're going to move on to tracing over our pencils with our markers. So go ahead and grab your markers. And we're also going to be adding in some more details with our markers that we didn't draw in with pencil first. But don't worry, I'm going to point those out to you. So let's begin. So here we're going to start by tracing over Luna's face and her hair. And we're going to be adding in some extra details, extra V shapes into her hair that we didn't add in with our pencils. So we're going to start here. We're going to add this extra line here. And then this extra hair piece here. And an extra one here. And one more here. And then we're going to connect with that line that we drew in with our pencil. And we're going to add in this extra piece here, one there, and one more here. And then we're just going to connect with the line we drew originally. And then an extra piece here. And then this hair piece here is going to have all those extras. So make sure you draw in all of those. And then go ahead and trace her body and her arm. And now moving on to the rest of her body in her midsection. And keep in mind that we're drawing this line kind of curved a little bit, a little squiggly. And also don't forget to add in these extra lines here on her skirt. And also these extra lines on her midsection here. And now you can see how we're drawing in the hand with a little more detail. And now moving on to the moth head piece here. Notice that we added in this little extra teardrop shape here. And also a little bit extra detail here on the antenna. And we're going to be adding in a little bit extra detail on the moth wings here. We're going to just add a little bit of an outline here. Just like that. And we're going to do we're going to do the same thing on the right wing here. Just like that. And now moving on to Luna's face and her eyebrows. And on her face, the extra thing we're going to be adding in are some eyelashes right here. And notice how we're drawing her nose also. And we're also going to be adding in some eyelashes on her left eye as well. Right there, just like that. And then her mouth, and then her hair here. We're adding in some extra lines. These lines that we drew are with our pencils, we're just outlining them here with our marker. And these are going to be Luna's highlights. So just keep that in mind. These extra lines here. And then now moving on to her wings. The only extra thing that we're going to be adding to the wing is that this line, curved line here that we drew, instead of being one smooth line, it's going to be little curved lines instead. You'll see what I mean. Here, it's going to be little curved lines just like this in between these horizontal lines. That's the only new thing that we're drawing on these wings, on the top parts of these wings anyways. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side here. So go ahead and trace these lines and the circle, the half circle. And now we're going to draw the little curved lines just like that. And here on her bottom, the bottom part of her wings, we're going to be adding in these same details that we drew in on the top. So it's going to be the half circle, the horizontal lines here, and then these curved lines in between the lines there. So now we're drawing the straight lines and the curved lines there. And then for the right side, the straight lines and the curved lines. And then go ahead and finish up the left side of her hair, adding in these extra lines here. And once you're done tracing over Luna with your marker, you can go ahead and erase all of your pencil lines. Alright, so that's it for the pencil and marker part of our tutorial. And now we're going to move on to the coloring part. And I'm going to make it go a lot faster, but don't worry, if you want to watch it at a more normal or slower speed, you can do so on our website. So now you can go ahead and start coloring Luna. And this is what I meant by her highlights, her red highlights in her hair. And if you want, you can go ahead and add some highlights and some shadows to Luna to give her a more 3D effect when you're coloring her. You can go ahead and add in some highlights in her eyes. And you can also go ahead and add in these coloring details here on the moth wings and add in some shadows around her face and her arms. And you can also feel free to add this pattern on her skirt here as well. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial. Please rate and comment this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go to DrawingNow.com for thousands of more free drawing tutorials. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.